Oh, it's time. Time to get radical.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome to Radical Comment of the Week. These are the best comments from the period of April 14th through April 20th. Starting off with the honorable mentions, the first honorable mention comes to us from Alan Mitchell. Okay, Rick, I've watched you from time to time and finally decided to subscribe. My first game and system was Super Mario Bros. And the Nintendo Entertainment System. I'm an 80s kid, born in 81. Whilst watching YouTube when I'm making technical drawings on AutoCAD as my trade, it opened my eyes to some of these guys who are milking. They put out a cheap video every so often, cheap as in the time it took them to come up with and film, and also they game the algorithm with their multi-channel network. They upload on a schedule to game the algorithm. It's like an echo chamber. What one says gets repeated throughout the multi-channel network. That they, by the way, give a percentage of their channel income to be a part of this multi-channel network. I see through it. And a subscriber stupid enough to send these fools valuables is obscene. To contribute to the channel? Give me a break. Do something of worth. Be original. That's what will set you apart and allow you to garner substance against the next guy. Thank you, Alan. The second honorable mention comes to us from Andrew C. With most of these guys, the WWE had no idea what to do with them other than job them out night in and night out. This is my video talking about WWE's releases of a lot of wrestlers. Hawkins and Ryder was given the titles at WrestleMania 35, only to drop them shortly later and fall back into obscurity with Hawkins playing a losing streak gimmick. Sarah Logan, who was repackaged recently and is married to one of the Viking Raiders, could have been used as a great manager, much like Selena Vega, but instead got squashed in every recent match since. Anderson and Gallows being AJ's mid-card lackeys instead of truly bringing the chaos of the OG Bullet Club. The problem isn't with the talent, it's with the management, the writers, and Vince McMahon. They would rather push boring talent with TV time like Seth Rollins with his poorly executed Far Cry 5 Messiah gimmick with no reasoning behind the people who follow him other than the fact that he's declared himself as such. Or Roman Reigns with his John Cena 2.0 light personality. I'm sure we'll be seeing some of these released in AEW in the near future where they can actually perform. Thank you, Andrew. And the third and final honorable mention comes to us from Billy Sosa. If you're gonna tear into someone, you should expect a clap back. It's simple. Only say things you can stand behind. This way, when people criticize or make fun of you, you can take solace in your own righteousness. That's why I wouldn't go with anyone unless I truly fully feel that I'm right and able to stand behind it and back it up. When it comes to overthink gaming, let's not forget who swung first. The hypocrisy lies in the fact that CG never came out against people making fun of others. Many times, I have put comments here playing devil's advocate for Hancock, MGR, and others if I feel that something was said was unfair. It's about having clear principles and sticking to them. Defending people you don't like if it crosses your own lines. 10 men in the wrong can never defeat one man in the right. Thank you, Billy. Now we get into the medal ceremony. The first medal, the bronze medal, is going to come to us from Silent Siri. See, he was expecting Simon Stevens, wasn't you? Siri says, imagine all this happened because Immoral didn't hate who Canadian Gamer hated. Think about that for a second. Yikes. Then Canadian Gamer initiated this whole thing with Immoral by putting out that teardown video of him. Not to mention the months in the comments taking shots at everyone, including Rick. Heck, they still do. Just check out any DT videos. Rick has changed. Did he? Or is he not hating enough to your liking? Now that everyone is firing back, it's harassment. This is Hancock 2.0, but on a new level, which is even more troubling. It's like Dr. Jekyll and Hyde. In video, seems like an okay guy. Then in comments, this venomous, spiteful person. Really nasty. Such a shame for a human being to harbor so much hate. As the old saying goes, misery loves company. Thankfully, with all the blocks of actual good commentators, no more company for the miserable. They are free from the shackles of the People's Republic of Canada. listen, I got no problems with Canada. I don't. Okay, I know there's a lot of people that come here from Canada. I have no problem with gamers. I have no problem with Canadians, and I have no problem with gamers. But sometimes I have issues with this individual Canadian gamer, and they had problems with me. They had issues with me. I think the problem here is my initial idea of this channel is an open discussion community where people can openly discuss games, movies, and YouTubers. Yes, YouTubers. And like Billy was saying, you know, if you feel you're in the right about something, you can call someone out and you can expect a clap back. But let's talk about this one thing. One thing you bring up here that helped you get into the medal ceremony is the idea where people want other people to hate someone even if they don't hate them, or they want someone to love someone or something even if they don't love it, and they get angry with you if you don't hate this thing enough, or hate this person enough, or love this thing enough, or don't love it. There's people that have unsubscribed here because I said something about Nintendo or a Switch Lite. I had a Switch Lite video where a couple people said unsubscribed, and I thought to myself, okay, if you're the kind of person that is going to unsubscribe just because I say something about a Nintendo console, then I don't fucking want you here anyway. You know? It's like, so I scratch my head when I see all these people that they need me. Like they need me to feel the exact same way they do, even if I don't. So you know what happens? I will say, if you're a content creator and you do critical satire, don't feel pushed in a direction to feel a certain way. If you feel a certain way about somebody, speak on it, okay? Good or bad, if you feel a certain way, speak on it. But again, like Billy was saying, you know, he was saying, have a set of principles, all right? What I called out, and what it was easy to call out, was with a lot of different people that would consider themselves as formally as part of this community, is there wasn't any consistency. Now, Silent Sayuri, you had a follow-up comment where he talked about how Rick has been consistent. He has been consistent through the years. And to me, it's not that hard. But you'll see all these people, all these other channels that, well, they'll have special circumstances for certain people. But then if you bring up another person that's doing the same thing, well, that's their buddy. They can't say shit against that person. You become compromised if you're trying to run a channel of this type professionally. And I'm sure there's other channels out there here that can do this, you know, in a way that I can and try to be as fair and objective as I can. But I see so many people out there and they're just not doing it right. They're not getting close to doing it right because you bring it up that they're fucking hypocrites. And instead of admitting it and saying, okay, I'm sorry, I'll do better, I'll try to hold everybody to the same standards. They might block you. They might get angry at you for pointing it out. I'm like, you make a decision when you get into the arena. When you get into this arena, this battlefield of ideas, you make that decision. So you should expect people to hold you accountable to the words you say. And it don't matter about the people. If you feel some way about something, if you feel some way about one person that's doing something that's shady, if you feel a certain way about, let's say, e-begging, if you feel like you're against people copyright striking people, then you should feel exactly that fucking same way if it's somebody else doing it. All right? And anyone out there that thinks that I just have hatred for certain individuals, oh, Rick, you're just a hater, you know. It's about what people are doing. You know, you show me, this will come up later, I don't want to spoil it, but I'm going to shine a light in response to, I think, the next comment coming up that will show and prove that with me, it's about the things people are doing. It's not about the people themselves. It's about the things they're doing. So just keep that in mind. Thank you, son. Next up with the silver medal, we have Mr. Art Bell. Art says, news. Real Music Observer Dave locks off all ways to contact him. He won't even read your words unless you join Patreon and pay him a new low. He is pushing viewers, links to 3 recent videos. On YouTube, his likes and dislike counters, plus comments, are all disabled by him. He was driven off Twitter and Facebook and even YouTube from questions about 2 or 3 sock accounts that seemed to be him trying to stir up activity. All this before his pay to reach me idea. In a few videos, he said he was proud that he never once replied to a comment, as himself at least. A slob and a snob to some. There was no way to type a comment without paying him except to start a Reddit thread. Dave hides behind a Patreon chat paywall full of himself much. Of course, a world cough is used as a shield and a hall pass, and all bad news must be monetized in 2020. No join on his videos. This always makes me wonder. Is that he feels a 30% take for YouTube is too much? He wants every possible penny. Patreon almost as much when it's $1. He says I only charge $1, but 156 pay him $520 per month, so he will eat $1 Pac-Man dots plus the big power pellets and fruits in Pac-Man terms. On his side, he admitted he begs. He admits it in past electronic begging that is flat out begging. The admission is that this is his job. May be a play to get sympathy as a bigger donor response. Part of begging is to get the coin before you hear a sadder story from the guy down the street. Also on the side, no double dip, only Patreon with no crazy levels. Plus you get a few extra videos if you pay him, so there is that. I think he'd do well to try the sticks approach. No ads to delay your views on my videos, plus no annoying need to press skip. Thus please toss some cash to make me whole from all the lost ad pennies. Snobs versus slobs. This man is both. The mundane mat of music observation and gossip for coins. I checked this video. Well, I checked the video out, and this is an example of, I would say, one of the worst YouTubers I have seen. He has disabled his comment section. Probably a lot of people asking why he doesn't respond to comments. He said he proudly has never responded to one single comment. It makes me wonder how many YouTubers, how many smug pieces of shit like this there are out there that feel they're above responding to people unless there's money involved. This is what I would say is exactly what we should not have on the platform. This is a corporate approach, all right? It's not just gaming YouTubers that do this. It's people that feel that they shouldn't respond to people in their comment section because they're too good to respond for free. They feel like their little YouTube videos talking about things, in this case it's him talking about music, is worth so much money. Oh, it's worth so much money. They have that monetary intent. Like, man, this is worth a lot of money from people, you know? When it's the exact opposite how people should be on this platform. The like and dislike is disabled. The comments, like I said, of course, disabled. They are turned off. But he says at the end of this video, relax. There's a way to talk to him. He'll respond to all your comments on Patreon. Of course he will. Because you're fucking paying him to. I just don't. And the sad thing is you said there's over 500 patrons. It's just stupid. It's fucking stupid. All right. I will say that one thing you brought up, that he is proud of the begging. Proud of never responding to someone as himself, but has as a sock account. So he admits that he's an e-beggar and admits that he's trying to run the narrative on his own channel by going into his channel with sock accounts to respond to people. I think we all are aware of channels that do that. You'll see comments that are just kind of weird, and you're like, that seems kind of an odd comment. I've never really seen that commenter before. It's a way a lot of YouTubers do damage control. You know, they do damage control. They'll have people actually responding, their sock accounts responding in their comment section as it's actual real people, but it is not. To be honest, Art Bell, I love the comment, but I don't know much about the Real Music Observer. So I'll just leave it there. All right, if I knew more, then I could make this a longer reply, but it is what it is. He's a piece of shit, and I'll leave it there. On to the gold. Who's got the gold today? Well, the gold is a big old comment. In fact, I might have to blow this comment up. I'm not doing 2 pages on this one, okay? There might be little delays because I blew this up, so I have to scroll down. The gold medal comment today comes to us from Frag Taster. Frag Taster says, heh, this channel is kind of weird these days. Know what I mean? It's like everyone who was loyal to this channel are now two-faces who insult Rick on other rival channels. Sadly, this includes many people who used to be regular comment of the day peeps. I've seen people who Rick might have even considered friends talking dirt about him. They show up occasionally on here, say nice things in the comments, then shit on his face over on rival channels an hour later. I don't want to point my finger at any names, but they are some of the biggest commenters of the past, who still come on here and leave comments occasionally. It's really pathetic, and they should be ashamed. 2. It appears that besides of those Judases, everyone else seems to have abandoned this channel in the last month or two, now that the drama is over. I find this really sad as well. They were all hanging around like cackling hyenas only when Rick was pointing out bad things and targeting people that they hated, or for the strikes drama, and then when it's all settled, they leave him high and dry. People, especially on YouTube, are so damn fickle. 3. Rick's not been nearly as proactive in responding to people, even though most of his videos now, usually some exceptions, only get a few commenters. I suspect there's a really good reason for this, but compared to the old days, it seems like Rick is a bit more hands-off these days. Almost as if he is using this channel for more of a dumping ground for his ideas and to blow off steam during these crazy times. 4. Rick appears to be doing far more on-camera videos these days. We never see his surely unmatched Adonis mug, but we see a lot of oddball videos of him doing weird and usually humorous things. A change I personally welcome. 5. Which brings me to the final point. Rick's channel has become experimental. He either has put less effort into his channel these days and is just trolling us with bizarre filler content, or, as I think, he's gone batshit crazy and is doubling down on the stuff that makes him laugh. Laugh out loud. I know critical satire isn't what it used to be. What with the PC police controlling all social media and knocking on anyone's door who dare criticize anyone else. You say something is deemed bullying or hate speech and you get in trouble. It's just not sustainable anymore. One thing is clear. This isn't the old Radical Rick show. This is Radical Rick 2.0 with a new pinch of Monty Python flavor. Oh, and on a side note, probably my favorite video you have ever done was the show-off Saturday's April 11, 2020, in the wild. I laughed my ass off. But yeah, strange times over here on this channel. I guess it's true that times they are a-changin'. I hope you stick around, Rick, and find that perfect niche that reignites his channel again. If not, at least you still got people like me who like the new direction of the channel. Plus, you got, the real world and all your self-respect in it, which few people today seem to care about. The real world being a place where so damn many of these immature, spoiled, lazy, e-begging man-children on YouTube could do to spend more time in. You do you, whatever that leads us to here. I know I'll keep watching all the bizarre new videos, eating them up, and popping in from time to time, as I always did before I changed my YouTube name. Used to be Attack of the Pixels. Oh, okay, that's who you were. If anyone remembers me, by the way, one of those thumbs up is mine. Sorry, I can only give one. Wow, I blew 20 minutes and a quick edit on this. I really got to get ready for work now, essentially employee-slave labor. Take care, Rick. Sweet Prince of E-Beggar Satire. That was a long comment there. Might be your first gold medal, I'm not sure. Is it? Okay. You spent 20 minutes on a comment. There was a day that I would have killed for that. And I still appreciate it. Don't get me wrong. But I remember back in maybe 2016, I would get a comment like this. And I would ask why. Because I didn't get it. I didn't know. I would be like, you spent 20 minutes of your life leaving a YouTuber a comment. It just it blew my mind, right? And I didn't know how to feel about it. Because I didn't get a lot of comments, right? I would upload, I would try whatever, and I was doing whatever I could to try to get views, to try to get comments. And then 2018, 2019, I start getting all these people coming to the channel, all these people subscribing, I get all these comments, and I go, well, I'm going to have to do something. I'm going to have to make a show admiring people that leave these kind of comments. Because I truly am appreciative. Unlike that last motherfucker that I talked about in the reply to Art Bell, I am truly appreciative of the people that come here and take the time on these kind of comments. First off, you say, it's like everyone who is loyal to this channel are now two-faces who insult Rick on other rival channels. Sadly, this includes many of the people who used to be regular comment of the day peeps. Okay, here's the deal, right? Comment of the day and comment of the week now is separate from everything else. It's separate. I set it up to be a place potentially to where anyone could come. All right. In this arena where people, compete to get comment of the day, I set it up to where anybody can come here, people that I even have disagreements with, and they're potentially in the running to get comment of the day. Right? That's how I set this up. All right. I don't set this channel up for people to be loyal to me. All right. I don't expect people to be loyal. All right. Now, as far as disrespecting me, that's different. If you're just shitting, what do you say, shitting on my face? Ooh, that's kind of a weird way of putting it. If you're just going other places to shit on my face when it's unwarranted, then that is different. Okay, I would probably think that you have an agenda against me if that's the case. But there's plenty of times where I might go to another channel and I see somebody, they say like, you know what? Rick's channel isn't as good as it was in 2019. Or, his comment of the day, that one wasn't as good as before. Or, you know what, that one, I get that. I get that. That's called criticism. You have to have a thick skin. You have to have a thick fucking skin, and mine is rock hard, all right? I've heard every amount of criticism in the world. And most of the time, I just look at it and I'm like, okay, it's stupid. That criticism is stupid. Okay, that's a good point. That's a good point. Okay, I can improve that. But then I think to myself, well, fuck. I work for a living, and I'm only on YouTube for a little while, a couple hours a day. So I'm like, fuck. For being on here for a couple hours a day, I think I'm doing damn good. If it were a serious channel, if it were a serious full-time channel, then you would actually see what I'm truly capable of. But we'll never see that because I'm not going to quit my job. So yeah, I'm not living up to my potential because guess what? I don't have enough time to live up to my potential on YouTube. Number 2, it appears that beside of those Judases, everyone else seems to have abandoned this channel in the last month or so, now that the drama is over. I find this really sad as well. Well, it depends on how you view drama. When I think about drama, I think about two girls going like, oh girl, what? Oh girl, what he doing? Oh Lord, I heard he dating her. That's what I think of as drama. What I do here has never been drama. I have issues and concerns about things going on YouTube. I voice those concerns to the betterment of YouTube. Number 3, Rick's not nearly as proactive in responding to people, even though most of his videos now only get a few commenters. Again, I don't know where you're getting your data. I don't know. I keep seeing the balloon. All right, I have a channel with multiple hundreds of videos. People stop by and comment on videos I uploaded years ago. Okay, so I don't know where you're getting your data. Maybe rival channels are saying all these things about the channel not having views or commenters. I mean, I fucking have comment of the week here. I had comment of the day. I have never not had a steady stream of commenters on the channel. Okay, I've never not had that. All right. Even with all these rival channels probably going against me saying, well, that Radical Rick guy, he's a piece of trash, don't go to his channel. I still have a ton of views and a ton of comments on the channel-wide, when I barely even upload. 4, Rick appears to be doing far more on-camera videos these days. Yes, I'm having fun in 2020. I said to myself, if I came back from January, if the channel came back, I would change it up and have some fucking fun. There's an expectation some people have that I have to be just that guy that speaks out against YouTubers that are e-begging and all that stuff. The fact of the matter is, it becomes a strain being that guy for years. I get it. I get the appeal. And I get really passionate and fired up when I talk about certain things. But some days, I just want to show off shit in my room and shit in the basement, and it's funny to me. It's fucking hilarious. Remember the sock one? Where I wrote down names of YouTubers and put them on the socks? Okay? That's some fucking fun. All right? I'm having fun. Regardless of what happens with the channel in the future, okay? I'm having fun. That's the key point you all need to take home with you, all right? If you're on YouTube and you're not having fun, then you're fucking doing it wrong. Number 5, which brings me to the final point. Rick's channel has become experimental. He has either put less effort into his channel these days and is just trolling us with bizarre filler content, or he's gone batshit crazy, doubling down. Batshit crazy. I actually had an upload, remember, on the other channel talking about, it was the audio of a bat chasing me, Kenny, and some other people, James, around and everything. Again, like I said, it's about having fun. 2020 will be about having fun more than anything else. But I get pissed off, so I don't know. It's a balance. Like what do you want from me? Like what do you want from me? I hear it from everybody. Oh, you're just a hateful, negative channel. There's no variety in your channel whatsoever. I add variety. What's going on here, Rick? What are you doing? Why are you talking about things that we're not used to? Or even if I talk about YouTubers that are doing some scummy things like LOL Mobile Gaming, people will say, "Who is that person? Why are you talking about this person we don't know?" Okay? Here's a sound of me throwing a ball of water across the room in frustration. All right? This here is quality commentary. It don't matter what I'm talking about. You're gonna get quality commentary on this channel. Okay? Have a great day, everybody.